Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Trafficking show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, excess cut-off on Levu's main highways. PM tours affected areas. And Labasa businesses begin cleanup.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
Gaunda Shipping plans to sail to Malau Jetty in Levu to maintain passenger and freight services to Labasa. Multiple landslips along the main service route have cut off access between Labasa, Savusavu and Nambawalu. Infrastructure Minister Choni Sumate says the Fiji Roads Authority is working on alternative routes to keep road access open. Gaunda Shipping Managing Director George Gaunda says sailing to Malau takes longer, but services won't be affected.
The traveling hours, at the moment the crossing, you get 3-hour crossing. So, but if you want to go up to Malau, you're looking at almost maybe a 10-hour crossing from Natovi.
Gaunda Shipping says their vessels will deliver passengers and goods directly to Savusavu. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has started his tour of areas affected by Tropical Cyclone Ana. Bainimarama's first visit was to Nangali Naitasiri, which was badly affected by floodwaters, and the bridge on the main route to Nosori and Suva for most Naitasiri villages is closed. Lena Reese reports.
Families sheltering at the Nangali village hall were reminded of the dangers of swimming in floodwaters.
Let's be very careful. Look after your children well and please keep them away from swimming in flood waters. Many of you must be aware of leptospirosis. Know that not many people can recover from this once infected, so please take care of your children.
The Prime Minister also took time to acknowledge the sacrifice by first-time responders, adding that the best way to thank them is to adhere to advisories.
The Fiji Police Force, the RFMF, and disaster response authorities are deployed nationwide. We've all seen the stunning images of their bravery over the last few days as they've come to the rescue of Fijians in badly impacted regions of the country. We are all grateful.
The Prime Minister is also reassuring Fijians who are badly affected that help is on the way. Lena Reese, FBC News.
Labasa's Special Administrator Ami Colley says it will take several days for things to return to normal in the Mbambasinga town. Speaking to FBC News, Colley says it's devastating to see the damage that the flooding has caused in Labasa. He says while structures were not affected, goods in shops and supermarkets have been compromised. According to Colley, the last big flood was in 2003 and it took them 2 weeks to return to normal. He says this time around, he hopes businesses will be fully operational in a lesser time.
Right now, for example, I must share this with you, there is shortage of drinking water. The shops are running out of Aquasafe and other drinks. They've got Fiji water, which is a bit expensive, and soon we're going to run out of that as well.
Plans to relocate some low-lying villages that were severely affected by flooding over the weekend in Wainimbuka and Ra will not be possible. This despite the area being prone to continuous flooding in the past years. Turangani Koro of Wailotua, number 1 village, Isoa Natambaleka, says relocation is a long-term plan and it requires a lot of funding and proper planning. Details with Chosaina Nunga.
Wailotua Nambandua villages share a deep sense of connections with this location, which was inherited by their forefathers.
Will not move. Flooding is nothing new for us. All we need now is assistance from relevant authorities for the construction of a proper evacuation center at a higher ground to accommodate the villages in times of a disaster.
Nalalawa village elder Iliorevi Wangakede says they've had several discussions about relocation. However, this is not a priority for them now.
We've been having some discussion on that, but right now, villagers who intend to build a house in the village are advised to build them on higher grounds. We have learned from past disasters, and a lot of newly constructed houses are safely located at high elevations.
These villagers of Tombu are highlighting the need for more proper evacuation centers to cater for all villages.
The safety of villages in times of disaster, particularly flooding, is critical. We are currently using our community hall as evacuation center, and it is not conducive for over 50 villages.
Most Fijians in the province have reacted quickly to rebuild and rehabilitate after the passing of TC Anna and are using whatever resources they have to sustain them. Shosayin Nunga, FBC News.
The power outages in parts of the country due to Tropical Cyclone Ana are affecting the operation of traffic signals. The Fiji Roads Authority has confirmed that 10 traffic signals in the Greater Suva area are still not operating due to power outages. 10 of the 8 are mid-block crossings. The FRA is urging the public to exercise caution on the roads, avoid speeding, be courteous, and always keep a safe following distance. The controllers and signals will be turned on once the power supply is restored. In an effort to address issues of human trafficking out at sea, the Fiji Navy has implemented new protocols to capture more relevant information to help their operation. Commander Navy Captain Humphrey Tawake says human trafficking is a global concern and is considered a modern-day form of slavery. He says when out at sea, his crew thoroughly inspects all vessels and yachts that either enter or cross our border.
That information, bring it and share it with all our stakeholders, especially with customs, police, and probably we can connect the dots and then probably build a picture from there of what is happening. That is something that we're working on.
Urgent testing is underway in parts of England after 11 of the South African variant of COVID were detected with no link to overseas travel. Meanwhile, the country is at a major milestone in the battle against the virus, reaching its target of offering vaccine to all people in eligible care homes in England. Up ahead, fitness level a worry for Netball Fiji. And Association Cup starts for cricket.
Oira na ngone no ndai nuni ena bisi ni mataka.
Mersusunga da kana loma dina kilo mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabaksa ngai ka wala loma taki na ngone. Dalo bina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikira ena be mataka.
Moniti kina pagrombuka.
Ni boy tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Inda na mataka. Dan ramai na singabo.
Fitness is the main area of concern for Netball Fiji as they continue monitoring the current national 44-member squad. A number of netters have lost their form coming into the new season, and Netball Fiji Secretary Lucy Rakora says this is due to the minimal training and competition last year. She says the netters are aware of the required fitness level they need to be in to impress the national coach, who is expected to arrive on the 22nd of this month.
There's still a lot of work to do in terms of fitness. The ladies are aware of what's expected of them, and we anticipate that they will work more on their fitness.
The first Cricket Fiji Association Cup Challenge is currently underway at Albert Park in Suva. Mothe is challenging defending champions Suva. The Association Cup Challenge is held every month, and the next challenger is Onoilau. Cricket Fiji Chief Executive Alex Conrote says both teams agreed to the match today.
This game was supposed to have been held last Saturday. Unfortunately, the Tiziana had other ideas, so it was postponed to when we'd have good weather this week. We've been blessed to have good weather today, We're not sure about the shipping company, so instead of waiting for Saturday, the teams agreed to just play today.
Out of quarantine and back on the court, the world's top tennis players are gearing up for the first Grand Slam of the year in Melbourne, Australia. Amongst them, Serena Williams, who is hoping the delayed start will actually be a benefit in her quest to make history once again. Cloudy condition with some light showers were experienced in some parts of the country earlier today. Similar conditions are expected to persist until later this evening. That's FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good afternoon.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही है।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।